Hi guys, Alex here, back with another video. Thought it was time to upload my first vinyl video, my vinyl update. This is hopefully going to be number one of many to come. But this comes from, I've been searching YouTube now for a couple of weeks, and I've been becoming more and more interested and enthusiastic about vinyl the more I watch these videos that these people are uploading. I have to say it's been inspiring, watching people like Dan in Canada, Miss Hall of Fame, Buddy Bopper. There are countless others. I mean, they're uploading some great videos, showing off their incredible collections. I have to say, I'm getting a little bit jealous of these guys, because I have such a tiny, insignificant collection compared to them. But yeah, as I say, hopefully this will be the first Vinyl Finds video of many. Been to the record store, picked up a few things, and so I got some modern stuff to show you, but also some older stuff that comes from a very, very different background, not the record store. So I'll talk to you about that. But yeah, I still got a bit of a cold. A bit fluey, but I'll do my best. So yeah, I'll get on with it. Alright guys, so first of all I'm going to show you my newer albums, and the ones probably I'd say I'm most excited about getting. And these are ones picked up in the record store. We've got a nice little shop in town. They don't have a huge range of vinyl, but they have they have some good stuff in there. So I'm going to show you these two. First, what we have here is the Felice Brothers self-titled album, and this was released back in 2008. I was kind of unfamiliar with the Felice Brothers before picking this up, I have to say. But apparently, talking to the guy in the record store, they have a pretty strong fan base. Yeah, so these guys are folk rock, Americana kind of a band, originated in upstate New York and around the Woodstock area. And these guys were founded in 2006, so they really haven't been going very long at all. And I believe in that time they've released a good 4 or 5 albums, so pretty impressive actually. And so yeah, I was just talking to the guy in the record store, and he said these guys have a remarkable resemblance to Bob Dylan and the band. That kind of a sound, the sound you kind of commonly hear on Dylan's, the Basement Tape kind of era. That kind of laid back, chilled atmosphere, and they're just kind of having fun making music. So it just seemed like a perfect fit for me. I brought it home, listened to it, and it is a lot like that actually. Surprisingly, a little bit more polished than that, but it's a great album. The song you can hear in the background I've got the album on the turntable. This is Frankie's Gun. This song, probably the most famous song. When you put Felice Brothers into iTunes, you get this song as the top result. So. But no, I've really been impressed with this album right here. I want to check out more of their stuff actually. There's some nice packaging, separate pouches for the 2 LPs, a double LP, 15 tracks, and there isn't really a weak link on either of them, I don't think. All top-notch songs. Yeah, so really enjoying this one. And the second album I actually picked up today. I went back into the record store, and this is Midlake, and this is Midlake's Courage of Others. And this album, I believe, was released last year, so it's very recent. I got this for £15, so it's not a cheap purchase by any means, but again, the guy recommended them to me. Apparently they're really starting to become somewhat well, they're starting to become popular. They're an American band again, from Texas. But these guys are more kind of, they're more psychedelic, but again, they kind of cross over into more indie, folk rock again. They kind of cross into that, those kind of territories. These guys were founded back in 1999, but I think they've only released 3 albums, this being their most recent. But I listened to this through just a little earlier, and again, there's not a weak track on this album. Really solid melodies. I'm really liking kind of the tempo they got going. It's really nice. Tim Smith, I believe, is the lead vocalist and songwriter for this album. And yeah, all the songs are, as I say, there's not really a bad song on the album. Lyric sheet on the sleeve. I had a read through that as well, and yeah, I think both of these bands I'm going to look, to kind of get further into their discography. It's discography. Because they both seem like great bands, and they seem kind of right up my alley, I guess. With the Felice Brothers being similar to the band, I mean, can't get much better than that for me, being a Dylan fan. So yeah, those 2 right there are my newer albums, and my more expensive purchases of the last few days. And now I'll move on to some older albums that I've found in various other places. Right, so this is the part of the video where I'm going to show you guys kind of a random assortment of things I've picked up in various, sometimes really random places, to be quite honest, and just brought home because I'm going through kind of an experimental phase where I'm trying things out that I would never normally in a million years listen to, and a lot of these things I won't listen to twice. I'll just play them once. If I don't like them, I'll put them in the garage. So I'm not tremendously excited about these records, but just thought I'd show you them for the fun of it, and to make this video more than 5 minutes long. So first of all, this is The Carpenters, Horizon, and this is their album from 1975, I believe. I believe this went #1 in that year as well. And I read somewhere that these guys, well, not these guys, they're a duo, a man and a woman. I heard that this band was the most commercial band of the 70s or something, which is kind of quite surprising to me, because you don't think of Carpenters when you think of the 70s. Well, I certainly don't. I think more of glam rock and punk. But no, just brought this back. My grandma used to listen to this, evidently. And the famous song on this, I believe, is Please Mr. Postman. Yeah, Please Mr. Postman. I believe that song went #1. So that's The Carpenters. Secondly, this one I am excited about. This is Portrait of Joan Baez, 5-course Joan Baez. And as you can see by the quite awful state of this record, that this is probably one of their most played albums. My grandma's and my mum obviously listened to this when she was a child. But no, I can't argue with that, because I love Joan Baez's voice. She's got an excellent, beautiful voice. One of the great sopranos of the 60s. And as you know, she kind of brought Dylan to fame. Bob Dylan, of course. She brought him to fame in the early 60s and was a big influence on his early music, his earlier albums. So she does some covers of his. She covers his songs even today. Because she's not. She is a songwriter, but she doesn't write all her stuff. She sings Dylan and various other people as well. But you've got things like Don't Think Twice, It's Alright, It Ain't Me Babe, We Shall Overcome, Farewell Angelina. All those are Dylan songs. Great songs, all of them. But just her voice alone, I could listen to her voice all day. It's beautiful. But no, I was excited to find this. Some nice artwork on the back. So that's Joan Baez. two more. 20 Golden Pieces by Fats Waller. And I'm not going to say anything about this record because I simply know nothing about it. He might have been a jazz musician of the 40s or 50s. I found this in my grandma's loft. But no, I don't know anything about this. I haven't played it through yet. I'm actually quite excited to play it through because it's always nice to play a record that you don't know anything about, and you know, who knows, I might discover that I really enjoy it. And watching people like Dan in Canada, Dan on YouTube, who's got a vast collection. He's a big, he's really into jazz. He likes like Coltrane and stuff, and I haven't really heard any jazz. I've never been introduced to it, so you know, who knows, I might really enjoy this record. And then finally, two more. This one here is Esther and Abby Ofarim, and this is Cinderella Rockefeller. I did read up on this album, and this album actually got to #1 in 1968, and still got the promo sticker on there. I believe this was probably bought in the 70s, so pretty old, and it was $1.25 then. I don't know what that equates to in modern money, but no, this album got to #1. It's not my kind of sound at all, but they do a nice cover of Don't Think Twice, It's Alright. Again, Joan Baez does that song as well. So yeah, that's Cinderella Rockefeller. Some advertisements on the back for people like Dusty Springfield, things like that. So yeah. And finally, a greatest hits album by Roy Orbison. And Roy, obviously huge, played a huge role in, you know, he was a huge influence on a lot of people. Iconic for his shades. He wore the kind of Ray-Ban shades. I have some actually. His kind of trademark image was these shades right here, Ray-Bans. But no, I like his music. It's not my favourite, but songs like "Oh Pretty Woman," yeah, it's good stuff. I could listen to his voice, like Joan Baez. I could probably listen to his voice for a long time. But you know, I'm not a huge fan like anything. Yeah, not a bad find. This was like £2 in a charity shop or something, so yeah, I was quite happy when I found this. So that's all I got to show you guys today. This is my first vinyl finds video, if you want to call it that. This is obviously isn't going to be up to the standard of the guys like Dan and Mr. Hall of Fame. Really loving what those guys are doing. And there's a guy called Derek on there as well. His videos are awesome. And Buddy Bopper, I'm really enjoying his videos. And yeah, I've had various recommendations from people, and it's really great to see a community like that thrive, you know, on YouTube. And it just proves that YouTube really can be used for positive things and positive communities and kind of connecting people. It's really good. So yeah, that's about all I have for you guys this video. I have lots more stuff up soon. Hopefully I'll get some more money in the bank. I can go back to the record store, buy some more things. I'm actually thinking about maybe saving up for a turntable as well. Mine's kind of entry level, it's nothing special, so getting something a little bit more higher end would probably be a good idea. But yeah, check out those guys' videos because they really are awesome. And I'll see you soon with more videos. And it would mean a lot to me, obviously, if you could subscribe and check out my other videos on my channel. Yeah, so thanks guys.